Living in a daydream. Ooh, such a sweet thing. Life on the big screen. It's such a beautiful scene, yeah.
Welcome back to the kitchen, everybody. We're excited to have you here. Welcome to another episode on the kitchen. That was redundant.
Welcome, yeah.
Nathan, how are you?
Jacob, I'm doing great.
Gotta get my energy up. I'm a little tired, but I got my Fiji. Might grab my Dasani in a second.
Got my
Mid-water.
life water. Got my
Life
life
is good.
water.
Life is good.
Yeah, we all know what the worst water is here among these three.
Definitely Kirkland, for sure. Second place.
No.
Second place is the Deer Valley.
No.
Is it Deer Valley?
Kirkland.
Kirkland's
You're thinking
trash.
are you thinking of Mountain Valley?
The deer logo?
No, I don't. Because I was about to say Mountain Valley.
No, it's like
I will
deer
go to
something.
war for that.
It's a
I don't know.
deer.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
I
no,
don't think they make
Kirkland.
them anymore. Kirkland's mid. Kirkland's trash.
No. Kirkland water is
You can like Costco, but hate one of their products. It's okay.
no. Kirkland is truly
No.
incredible water.
I think Dasani is.
You would
The
take
one water
Dasani. You would
better
take
than
Dasani
Kirkland.
over Kirkland.
I would solely for the
No,
bottle,
not a chance,
solely for the
dude.
bottle experience.
Not a chance, dude.
It's blue. It looks crisp.
I don't. No. What about the taste?
I associate it to
The
the movie
taste.
theater. Yeah, usually I only drink water, Dasani, with movie theater popcorn or at a ball game.
Is it Dasani or Dasani?
I don't know.
I always say it's Dasani. Dude, Kirkland wipes
I
the
think it's
floor with
Dasani.
Dasani.
Dasani, yeah. That was the joke.
What's the joke?
Like Dasani. Like what's this? Oh, Dasani. 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 I thought. Dasani's better than Kirkland.
No, dude, not a chance. Kirkland.
pH
Kirkland
levels
wipes.
suck in Kirkland.
No, dude.
Anyway, but we all know
Kirkland wipes
Fiji is
the
the
floor.
king. I
Fiji's
think we all
pretty
can
good.
agree Fiji is probably the best.
Sometimes I get like a plasticky taste with Fiji.
Maybe you just are drinking.
I drink your Fijis.
I never get plasticky taste.
It's always like the first swig. After that, it's fine. But I kind of get this like, you know what one I really
Fiji's
enjoy?
better cold.
I agree.
Kirkland,
Most waters
you just
are.
well, like Fiji especially. The experience is so much better cold.
That's how Voss is. When you have the tall
Yeah.
glass bottle, it's
Yeah.
freezing cold.
But like Kirkland, even cold, you're like, this
No,
is
dude,
all I
Kirkland water is legendary.
It's not.
Dude, Kirkland water is so good. It is way better than Dasani.
Let us know in the comments. Also, we're doing the sponsorship before or after this rant.
Let's do the sponsorship right now. A word from our sponsors.
You know, as a filmmaker, one of the hardest parts of our job is finding music that really matches the vibe we're going for. I've been down that rabbit hole, hours of searching, only to land on tracks that are fine, but not perfect. And that's why 5 years ago, we switched to MusicBed and never looked back. The moment we started using MusicBed, we realized they're not just another generic licensing platform. They've redefined what music should be for filmmakers because the tracks are authentic, emotional, and made by real artists. You can really feel the difference. They've also set this insane standard for quality too. They are very picky about the amount of artists they accept. So it's not like you're just sifting through fluff. Everything is highly curated. And their new AI-powered search tool is amazing. I can find the perfect track in minutes instead of hours. So if you're ready to elevate your work and win more clients over, click the link below and head over to MusicBed and start your 14-day free trial today. Trust me, it's a total game changer for filmmakers like us. Happy fall.
We've been a couple weeks into fall.
Yeah. But officially, it's
Thank
getting
you.
crisp.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like fall's kind of come and gone.
Oh, really?
Did you go see the leaves, the colorful?
With you.
Wait, no, the Alpine Loop? Well, no. Yeah.
You were there.
When we did
You
the
took my
Squaw
photo.
Peak. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And but did you do a separate day of like
No,
driving?
No. I left the country.
So did I.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just a day.
I'm a father. Life
Busy-
got in the way.
busy.
You'll know how it is one day.
Yeah, someday I'll see.
Moving on to written by you. You guys, we
We're
have
back.
stories that you submitted that we're going to be reading today. If you want to submit your story, we'll link that below. We have some crazy ones. Today, we're going to be focusing on one topic. Probably just get through two stories because they're long novels of vendor nightmares.
I have started
Actually, three.
I've started skimming the last like two sentences
In case.
just in
They're
case.
frauds.
Yes.
Still hurt by that.
Still,
That guy DM me. Screw you.
Yeah. But man, this is a long one. Continuing about the wow.
I'll start with the vendor nightmare,
Oh my goodness.
the DJ one at the bottom. I'll start with that one.
The one. Okay.
Start with the shorter one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually a Facebook post that we had submitted to our podcast because we thought it was just too good to not discuss.
Right.
Very interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Let's read it.
I want just a powerful opening from you. I want just power.
I mean, it sounded like a great opening sentence.
Just power.
I filmed a
Yeah,
wedding
you're right.
yesterday. I filmed a wedding yesterday and encountered a first with the DJ. When I asked if I could hook up into his system, he said that he would be happy to as long as I made a quick promo video in exchange within a month. That's extortion, is it not? I think I'm using that word correctly.
Let's read on.
Part of me wishes I would have just said no. Hold up, let's go talk to the planner about this. But instead, I told him I would see what I could do for the sake of keeping the peace and getting the audio I needed. He was a nice guy, even though he arrogantly stated what he needed from me in exchange to hook into his system, but instantly changed my perspective of this guy as being a complete, horrible grammar.
Yeah.
Instantly changed my perspective of this guy as being a complete douchebag. So she's calling him a douchebag.
Yeah.
I don't know why is it she. It's a she, isn't it? It was an anonymous post.
Yeah, it's a she.
It's a she.
Well, yeah, it's a she. It was from our Facebook group. So
Okay.
yeah, it is.
I took 20 minutes and I've already made this video, but before sending it, I'm having second thoughts. Should I encourage this type of behavior? If I send this to him, he's going to continue making these demands to other videographers, and I'm starting to think I shouldn't send it because of this. What do you guys think? Don't send it. Don't make it.
Easy as that.
Imagine you have a burger. Yeah, and like, I don't know, just
No, I think,
who is this guy?
man,
I can't really picture where he's coming from. That's my problem.
how many times has he got away with it? You know, he's asking because people just never say no. You have no right to ask for this. I think he just assumes it's his property and you're plugging into his stuff. So it's like, yeah, make me. I'd be a little bit flabbergasted. I'd be a little shocked. But I think in that situation, yeah, you do kind of have to say, okay, yeah, I got to go talk to the planner about this. I'll talk to the bride and groom, because that's not my responsibility.
Yeah. But also, like, we're editing on the clock. So that's like, we've had DJs approach us and say, hey, you took a lot of footage of the dance party. Make me an edit for my DJ brand. And that's like me saying, I will if you come and DJ my kid's birthday party for free.
Yeah,
It's just like weird.
It is weird.
I don't know.
I think in that moment, someone asks us, man, I don't know. That would just catch me off guard.
It would definitely cut me off guard.
It's
I already know what to say.
It's kind of similar to that the story we read a couple of weeks ago when the photographer's like, "You're stealing my copyright poses."
Still hate that person.
Yeah, we still can't find their tag either. But no, I would just quickest way to diffuse situations we've learned is just say, yeah, sure, we'll go talk to the planner, make sure that's all right, or we'll go talk to the bride and groom, make sure that's all right. Because you don't want to be dealing with cross vendor relationships like that, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. I wish I would have had the balls to say. Can I say balls on a podcast?
Yeah. Footballs.
The
baseballs,
balls to say. I say it
stones.
louder each time. Yeah, the stones to say.
Cajones.
No.
Right.
Happy to talk about you paying me to do that video, but I need to get into your audio, and if not, you can be the one to tell the bride why she doesn't have audio in her film.
Yeah, I was about to say, 'cause if you approach it and just say no, because you can pay me, he could just say, well, it's my audio.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of stuck with, oh, well, yeah. That's when you follow up with,
stupid.
You can go tell the bride and groom that they're not going to have audio in their video.
There's no contract. You don't ever have to talk to this guy ever again.
True.
Like, I would literally say probably to that type of douchebag, yes, but then never talk to him again. Is that rude to say?
No.
Is that me being
No.
a fake by saying, yeah, I'll make that for you, and then never doing it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd probably say, yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. And then
Whatever
a
you
month
need,
later,
pal.
Sure. Buckaroo.
He'll forget about you.
But in this specific videographer's position, she filmed and she agreed to it. She said, yes, Jacob, my DJ, I will do that for you. And now she's in the editing room and she made the promo, but now she's in the dilemma of, do I actually deliver this or not?
I wouldn't.
With a watermark?
I just wouldn't.
It's not, huh?
I don't know. I think I like, don't reward the behavior. Yeah.
Maybe it might be kind of fun just to deliver a watermark. See what happens. say, yeah, if you want the watermark off, here was my editing rate.
Yeah.
Again, you don't have to work with them ever again if you don't want to.
I just don't like it.
I don't like that either. Yeah,
right.
talk to the bride and
Let's
groom
move
or
on.
the planner.
Okay, so you read the first half of the next story, and then I'll read the second half.
All right. Buckle up.
This is a long one, you guys. Looks like it's punctuated well. There's paragraph breaks.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Man, we got to set a character limit.
Yeah. We did. They did 2 entries.
Oh, you're right. It starts out by saying, okay, I ran out of characters in the box. LOL.
So you're starting with, it was my first?
It was my first time.
Okay, let's do this.
All right. This is a vendor nightmare story from a videographer / photographer. It says, it was my first time traveling outside of the Southeast for a wedding. I was going from Atlanta to Boise. Things got interesting the moment I got off the plane, as they usually do in Boise.
You're from Atlanta, and you got hired to film a Boise wedding. The Boise videographers need to get on it.
Why are there no videographers in Idaho?
I don't know. Nothing's really in Idaho in general, except for Courtney.
Rich.
Now Rich.
Dallin was in Idaho, but he came to Utah because he's like, yeah. Well,
Tennyson's in Idaho.
Tennyson's in Idaho.
But he shoots in Wyoming.
Yeah. And like we hear from photographers in Idaho saying and planners, there's like nobody out here.
Yeah.
Maybe move to Idaho, guys.
Yeah,
Capitalize
maybe.
on the market. Anyway, I'm just gonna start over on that.
Sure,
Because in case we're forgetting.
Ruin the clip.
It was my first time. It was my first time traveling outside of the Southeast for a wedding. I was going from Atlanta to Boise. Things got interesting the moment I got off the plane. I was arriving on Thursday, 2 days before the wedding on Saturday. The bride and groom were supposed to be picking me up from the airport, but when I landed, they told me they were having to send one of her sisters because they and everyone else were panicked because their planner had just suddenly ghosted them.
This is going to be a good story.
All right. I'm intrigued. Okay. It says they had just met with the planner at the planner's home on Monday, or this same week, where they had discussed the plans for the week. The planner was going to be gathering decorations, coordinating with vendors, etc. This was a backyard wedding, so the entire thing had to be set up from scratch. The plan was for her to set up the ceremony and the reception space on Wednesday. Well, Wednesday morning comes and the planner doesn't show up. Everyone just assumes she got behind schedule and expect that she'll be there soon. Well, by Wednesday afternoon, they'd still not heard anything from her and grew more concerned and began to wonder if she was okay. They tried contacting her several times and they could not get a hold of her.
Oh my gosh.
By Thursday, everyone was obviously getting very stressed and they decided to go to the planner's house where they had met with her on Monday to try to figure out what was going on. When they arrived, no one was home and one of the neighbors mentioned something about her possibly moving.
What?
While they were still standing at the door, they see the planner drive up as if she was coming home and about to pull into the driveway. But when the planner saw them at her door, instead of parking, she floored it and sped away as fast as she could.
Oh?
At this point, they had pretty much come to the conclusion that the planner was not going to be coming to help and began posting on local Facebook groups to look for help putting together the wedding last minute and also try and find out more information about this planner. That's the end of it.
What?
You got to finish this story.
She floors it? Okay, so continue the story about the planner in Boise. Before long, they were hearing about multiple other couples in the area dealing with the same issues with the same planner. Apparently, some of the other couples had mentioned that this planner had been going around asking some of the couples for Adderall.
If this comes around to cocaine, dude.
Some people also began to mention that she might have gotten into some kind of mental hospital. This planner had been running a sale offering a big discount if the clients paid in full up front. Turns out she had run this sale and double booked 12 different weddings on the same day, and all of these clients were now screwed. A local news station actually came out to interview the couple that hired me and aired it on TV that evening. On top of all of this, the planner eventually called the bride back twice, including really late Friday night, the night before her wedding, and began harassing her and accusing her of a bunch of dumb and legal stuff that was very obviously not true. The planner eventually posted some stuff and was basically trying to play the victim and saying that was the worst week of her life and talked about how poorly everyone was treating her. Thankfully, after seeing all this happen, another local planner came and helped to make the wedding happen and charged almost nothing for it. She was there all day Thursday and Friday from about 7 a.m. till 1 a.m., running around town, finding decor and organizing a whole new wedding in 2 days. As soon as I arrived, the family, me, and this new planner were taking trucks to some storage units with decor and setting everything up and getting large wooden tables set up. Despite all the craziness, the wedding actually turned out to be really great. It was probably actually much better than it would have been originally. They had some nice worship and prayer moments in both the rehearsal dinner and the ceremony. Definitely one of the craziest, but also best weddings.
Man,
That's wild.
I'm glad there's a happy ending because that was going south. My goodness.
Man, cool that the videographer was like a day early.
Yeah.
Help set up.
Good on them. That's
Imagine
that was
your
like a
planner
movie.
ghosting you.
Dude, that was like a movie. I could see that just so perfectly in my head. I don't know why I was picturing
well
it like,
written.
in like a Breaking Bad scenario.
The
just
planner,
like
I was picturing the people we saw at Winco last night. That type of vibe.
the Dirty Mike and the Boys
Like
vibe.
12 cigarettes in,
Yeah.
missing a couple teeth.
Yeah. Don't know if they're on drugs or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Adderall, apparently.
Baggy skinny clothes, got some marks on their arms.
Rule number 1. If you're going to scam someone, don't invite them to your house.
Yeah.
What? If you're going to scam me, Jacob,
Yeah. Come to my home.
hey, come to my home on Monday. Let me show you the place.
Yeah.
Here's my address.
Also,
Rookie
not
mistake on
dogging
the
your
plane.
couple here, or slating, as they say in Ireland. I'm shocked at how many people don't vet their vendors first. Like with the online vetting process. Like, are they real? Do they have bad reviews?
I wonder.
What does Facebook say about them? Like, the fact that they did that after they were scammed, like, oh my gosh, everyone's having this problem. I'm like, you shouldn't be learning that the day before your wedding. Like the dress lady a few weeks ago.
The dress lady was bad.
Finding out after
Yeah.
that everyone had had this experience.
Bad. I'm just trying to picture how a wedding planner gets to that point. It said she booked 12 people.
That's what bothers me. You and I are out here grinding to get in the room with
grinding
these
our
people.
teeth out
And
to
then
get
we hear
weddings.
that people are doing things like this and still in business.
And just booking weddings
And that
left and
Tolman
right.
Media made it as long as they did.
Gosh. She booked 12 weddings. She
Yeah.
ran a little discount?
Making some good money, though.
Probably.
Not spending anything. You kidding me?
She's probably doing pretty
Are we
well.
about to become planners? Are we about to run a sale?
Are we about to full sale? No, that's like she must have had a following. She must have had something. You know,
Drop the at.
she doesn't have just 0 followers.
Yeah.
She doesn't have 0 weddings. She's done more.
Wait.
So
Keep talking.
if it's what you're thinking, I
No,
don't think so.
no.
Okay.
It was in the news. I could Google this.
Oh, you're right. Totally lost my train of thought there.
She had a following.
She had a following.
It was mineral. It was resolved.
So at what point does she switch from being a wedding planner to a scam artist? Or
This was last September.
did you find her?
For a search.
You're kidding me.
Treasure Valley couples left scrambling for decorations after wedding vendor goes silent.
Oh my gosh.
A local wedding planner said couples should always research their vendors, have contracts, and never pay in full before their wedding day.
Who's the planner? Who is it?
Boise, Idaho. A number of Treasure Valley couples are scrambling to figure out their wedding decorations after a local vendor stopped responding this week. Faith Mendoza said she booked the vendor for her wedding decorations in the spring. She initially just put a deposit down, but later paid for the vendor's services in full. It doesn't say.
Doesn't
I'll
say the
read more.
planners.
They don't mention her.
Dang.
I've been crying for the past 2 days now, hysterically thinking my dreamlike girl fantasy is gone.
Dang.
We're looking at the Dollar Tree, Goodwill, and anything just to find something. All these couples selling their stories. Wait, find the planner's name.
Nothing.
Nothing. They don't mention
Dang.
him. KTVB called the local vendor some couples are upset with. The phone line was disconnected.
What's the punishment? Does she get arrested? Like what's
don't know.
protocol here?
On social media late Thursday night, the owner said she was experiencing a mental health crisis and they were reaching out to clients. And then it lists the suicide hotline.
Maybe she actually was experiencing. I don't know.
Who is this? Who?
Follow-up question for you.
Oh,
What?
the company's name is Treasure Valley. Or is Treasure
Yeah.
Valley the place in Idaho?
No, I think it's Treasure Valley. It's in Boise.
It's Boise, Idaho. A number of Treasure Valley couples.
So yeah, probably Treasure Valley. Hang on, guys.
It is a place in Idaho.
Dang it. If you know who this was, episode number 60-something of us asking to drop names and never getting names.
Wow. I want to know who this is.
Here's a question for you, Jacob.
Okay.
It happened in Boise.
Okay.
Do you think that Boise, Salt Lake City, places in this area are more susceptible to scams?
Yeah, I think there's actually this horrific study that Jeffrey R. Holland published about how Utah is the #1 place for scam artists to test their scams. Jeffrey R. Holland did a talk about that at BYU.
That was a lot of information. Really?
Yeah, he had a whole talk about not being scammed because we are the #1
Dude.
most susceptible to scams is Utah in the country.
You drive down I-15 around Lehigh, you'll see some amazing tech
doTERRA.
buildings. You'll see some great stuff like Adobe has their stuff. I mean, Google and Facebook.
Some great businesses.
They call it Silicon Slopes, right? It's like a very techie space, and it's booming. But Utah falls susceptible to some really sketchy pyramid schemes. doTERRA being number one.
We're #1.
Are we really?
And there's 2 reasons for it, according to this man. #1, we are a bubble community.
We are a bubble community.
So we are very naive.
Very naive.
#2, we're the most charitable people. And so we just kind of give.
Turning virtue to vice.
We give.
Dang it.
And we're easily
Persuaded
guilt
to
tripped,
give.
whatever. Like,
Taking advantage
yeah,
of.
our moral compass says give.
Dang.
That's why a lot of homeless people come to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, if you go to Temple Square in
Yeah.
Salt Lake City, because people would go towards the the temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and because they know that they give tithing, they're usually like pretty wealthy people,
Yeah.
and so these homeless people would be on the corner,
Yeah.
and you see signs now saying, "Do not give to the homeless people." There are
really signs.
you've not seen.
That's not a good look for us, is it?
Well, no, because the signs say don't give money to the homeless people, and that says something like the church has organizations that support something. It follows up
all
with
the
that,
programs.
which it does. They can go to the bishop's warehouse. Did you know any homeless
they
person
can,
could just
they
go
can walk into the bishop's
just-
warehouse and get food and clothing
a
and
full
housing.
thing of groceries?
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, we take care of our
But yeah, we're
our
susceptible.
displaced.
We're susceptible to scams.
But
though.
yeah, there's a whole talk
Dang.
about it.
I imagine
I'll send it to
Boise's
you.
close number
Probably.
2. Close number 2.
Crazy story.
Dang. Sorry that happened, but I'm glad it turned out good. What was the other one?
The photographer one. Photographer wars.
Okay. This one's from a bride. Okay.
I'm so excited. Yo, photographers, listen up.
All right. This is a bride spectating a photographer war
Are we
going
about
on.
to talk about that one photographer?
Just mouth it to me.
Jared mentioned him to us. The YouTube video. We had that discussion.
I remember that discussion. No, I do remember that. I mean, I don't think this is him. No, it's
No,
not.
I'm saying,
Are we about to
should
talk?
we? Nah. Anyway,
I mean, we could.
we should have these meetings before we're live.
Yeah. Anyway,
Go on.
This is
I'm a
from
bride.
the perspective of a
This is
bride.
exciting.
The category, photographer wars. And it says, this story still bothers me to this day. Man, I love a good hook.
Yeah.
It's the day of my wedding. Sorry, Nate can't
Start
read
over.
English. Okay. This story still bothers me to this day. It's the day of my beautiful, expensive wedding, and I had 2 photographers hired.
Dang, deep pockets.
Dang. One of them was my little cousin.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Give him a little point and shoot. Expensive
Sorry.
wedding. Give him a little
Sorry.
point and shoot.
Sorry, Brian. Okay.
Beautiful expensive wedding. Hey, little kid.
Okay.
Here's my
Sorry,
DSLR.
sorry.
Here's a kit lens for you.
I just didn't see that one coming. Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
I just
joking.
saw like beautiful, expensive wedding. I had 2. Okay. I was expecting like,
Something.
Jose
Not
Villa
this.
over here.
I'm joking.
One
it
of
was
them was my little cousin, and one was a professional photographer. When we got,
See the distinction
Sorry.
there? See the distinction there? One was a little cousin and one was a professional.
sorry, okay,
So you didn't really hire 2 photographers, did you?
when we got to our destination to take photos, our 2 photographers
One
got into a
photographer and
fight.
cousin.
Our one photographer and my cousin. Okay, our two photographers got into a fight. Our professional photographer, I really like how she has to preface it with professional.
I hate this story, by the way, Bride. I hate this story so much.
Our professional photographer got really mad that they had a younger boy do photos alongside him.
Don't blame him. Completely valid.
I gotta get through
anger.
this. I gotta get through this. He got so mad, he refused to take the photos, refunded us, and stormed off. My little cousin had to finish the photos, and he actually ended up doing a really good job for his first time. I was frustrated by that photographer.
Oh, were you? You mad at him?
I'm
How
sorry.
do you think he feels? Having to work with a child.
Oh, man.
Glad your cousin
Glad
did a
it
good
turned
job.
out good. I'm glad
Glad
it
you
turned
did
out good. I'm glad.
So glad.
He's glad.
He's glad. He's glad.
The Grinch wrecked. Where to begin?
I appreciate the
you know?
submission.
Thank you.
I appreciate being on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
But get off your high horse.
If this is your first time here, just know
I
we usually
hold
don't.
back.
We usually don't agree with whoever
Almost never, except for that last
submits
story.
the story.
Yeah.
Sorry, bride.
Put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Put yourself in any profession.
Yeah.
You're hired to do a job, and they bring along their little cousin to do it next to them.
with no communication
And it sounds like
beforehand.
the little
it
cousin
sounds
was
like.
trying to direct.
Man, the only way I can see a fight breaking out is if there's conflict, right? The professional photographer is sitting here like, hey, I'm going to pose this. And little cousin photographer is saying,
Yeah, little cuz.
saying, nah, I want to pose this.
Let me whiz up the bride real quick. Drinking his prime.
Man, imagine we show up to a wedding. Bride says,
Mew my way.
hey, by the way, this is my little cousin. He's in high school.
I probably would leave as well.
Well, all of a sudden you feel like
Oh.
you're a mentor. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
I charge for that.
Yeah. Sweet.
Double.
I guess he can be here getting some shots, but don't hang out with us. I mean, it sounds
That's actually good perspective. What would I do?
it sounds
I
rude
don't
to
know.
say, it sounds rude to say it, but like I feel like in that moment, truthfully, I mean, here we are talking about how, you know, how wrong, but in that moment, I would feel like we would say, oh, you know, trying to please the couple. Sure, like he can tag along, just, you know, we need to make sure we're getting our shots. If there's any conflicts going on, like that's something to take up with the bride.
Yeah, because this photographer like does their job, and then like, you know what? I'll just be a team player, laugh.
Right.
Oh yeah, look at your kid, smile. Oh, you got it, bro. Then you deliver your gallery, and they're all like upset. Like, where's these photos? Like, I couldn't take the photos. You're looking at your
Yeah.
cousin the whole time. I mean, contractually, we're
Yeah.
also
The
have the right to leave.
We have the exclusivity
yeah,
contract.
we have the
right?
right
And-
to leave.
Right.
I'd be a little offended.
I'd be very
Like, you're
offended.
paying me what?
Yeah.
And you brought him?
Didn't you hire me for my work?
And he's on a T2I?
She's probably just trying to like help out, you know, help the little cousin get some portfolio.
Have you seen that little kid, the John Deere kid on TikTok?
I want to say yes.
He like has this really thick country accent.
I
And
think
he
I
like,
have.
talks about tractors. He's like on podcasts. He's
I
like
think
8
I
years
have.
old.
Yeah.
If it's that kid, I don't mind.
You would have John Deere kid.
Yeah, he's like a professional
He's
kid.
a good kid.
He's a
yeah.
good kid.
Good kid.
Strong kid. But if it's like one of
Resolute.
these, you know, these, what do they call this new generation? After Gen Z, what's the next generation?
Alpha.
Is it really called Alpha?
I think it's Gen Alpha. Dead serious.
Wow.
I'm
that
like-
surprises me, actually. I feel like they're very beta.
That's gonna be the generation after Alpha. It only goes.
Anyways, yeah, I'd be hurt. The guy's just like singing the new KSI song to himself, and the photographer's trying to do his job.
Yeah, I don't think you have the right to be mad at the photographer in this.
No, you don't.
No.
The photographers don't have a right to be mad either. I think.
Right.
I think there's a professional conversation that should be had there.
Poorly handled by the photographer.
It's pretty funny though.
Respect to the photographer.
I can
honestly.
picture the situation though. Photographer's trying to do his job, cousin's doing it, and the couple's like, just let the kid do it. Like,
Oh, I'd be
and they're
furious.
siding with their cousin.
I'd be
That would
furious.
trigger me.
I would say, okay, here's your money back. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'd be
I
furious.
wouldn't have refunded them. I can't believe you refunded them.
Yeah. So, I mean, respect for sticking to your guns and saying, I'm out of here.
Actually, I do respect people who stick to their guns. I think
Same.
I wouldn't do that.
But yeah, the refund is pretty crazy because they still.
Story still bothers me to this day. I love how the story ends up being about how much they hate the photographer.
I just want to know what possibly.
But that photographer's out there just saying the same story in their Facebook groups about the bride.
Right. They posted saying, hey, she hired her little cousin.
Same coin.
I'm just picturing what could possibly cause a conflict between a professional, seasoned photographer and a little boy cousin.
This kid had to have been the devil.
He had to have been.
Had to have been the devil.
They got into a fight.
Yeah.
Had to have been the devil. You're not just fighting over you're fighting over poses, I feel like.
Yeah. Do you think he was dressed accordingly for the event?
Well,
He
it's
was
the
professional.
cousin. It's the cousin. I feel like she doesn't care. He's my cousin. He can wear whatever he wants. He can wear
Hired
clogs
2
like Samuel.
photographers. That's crazy. Let your cousin take a bridal shoot with you the day
Right.
before
Right.
or
That's
after.
the easy solution.
That kid better be a business owner by now. That kid better have his Instagram be after this grind. If he quit, coward.
Where's the photographer?
Thanks for submitting your story, though, Brad.
Thank you.
Submit some more.
Seriously, thank you. I just want to know where the professional photographer is now. Maybe that's what did him in.
Maybe.
Hung up the cleats, retired.
Gotta get out of this city. These
get
kids
out of
running
this
me out of this town. All right, I'm gonna read the next one.
All
I
right.
want to read this funny story from
Yeah.
From a photographer / videographer about the bridal party. So the DJ was in the middle of announcing the garter toss. The groom knelt down to remove the garter and just as quickly sprang onto his feet and ran upstairs. Within a matter of seconds, the groom, the best man, his brother, and the groom's parents came down the stairs screaming and shoving each other out the door. The guests piled out the door and gathered outside. Stunned and unsure how to proceed, we made eye contact with the bride and the DJ trying to gather some excuse me, fourth time now, trying to gather some context clues in the midst of such a bizarre situation. After what felt like an eternity, the groom came back inside with a beet red face and a bruised black eye. We learned his best man, his brother, was drunk at their alcohol-free wedding and had said absolutely horrific things about the bride. So between that and the groom trying to defend his wife's honor, a fistfight broke out between the two guys, resulting in the groom's black eye. The best man and the groom's parents, who were also horrible, stormed off from the reception and didn't come back. Understandably, the bride was in tears, and it took a while to calm the situation. Once the couple re-centered, they still wanted to take the golden hour photos of the two of them. As we're on our way outside, we have done our absolute best to refocus the couple on their special day, and we're all smiling and laughing and excited to take out some more photos, black eye and all, which we did edit out. Wow, impressive.
Wow, crazy.
Down the driveway, we see 4 cop cars coming towards us. One of the guests had apparently called the cops during the fistfight, claiming one of the guys had a gun. Untrue, but it was too late. By that point, the bride and the groom weren't even fazed and continued on with the photos and went on to have a great time at the reception. They're truly an amazing couple, and when they rehired us a year later for maternity photos, congratulations, they once again told us how thankful they were for us and how much we helped them refocus on their special day. They no longer speak to the groom's family.
Bad terms
What
with
the
the
hell?
groom. Wow, a lot of chaos just in the first 2 sentences, and it kept going.
Man.
That was a turbulent story.
So what was it that caused him
That
to
set
go
them
from the
off?
garter toss to go fight his brother?
The groom knelt down to remove the garter and just as quickly sprang onto his feet and ran upstairs.
Do you think Uriams was with his brother in tow, or do you think his brother was upstairs chilling?
Wait, well, why did he just...
Maybe his brother made some bad jokes about the garter toss. About like going under her dress or something.
Probably.
And he was drunk.
Just reminds me of Peaky Blinders, the
No
no
fighting.
fighting
These, yeah.
on my family. No fighting.
Yeah. Man, I hope there's a good bridal shot of them in the field with the cop cars behind them. And they're doing a tour or something. And there's just a caravan of cop cars coming up the dirt road. Be a vibe.
They should do that, and they should start the intro of the video with Cop Car by Sam Hunt.
Good song.
There was something about the way. Yeah.
Not on MusicBed, but
Not MusicBed. Could make a cool teaser out of it though.
Sure. Instagram, TikTok.
Dude, actually, that'd be a great intro. That'd be a
I hope you have that
fantastic.
footage.
Send me that song, that clip, and I'll
That's
start
a
the intro
story.
for you.
That's a story.
Drone shot of the cop cars coming up to you, in slow motion of them twirling as they come towards you. Good on the groom. Sounds like you won the fight.
Yeah.
Right. Little black
Let's
eye.
see the other guy. Yeah.
Little shiner.
Yeah.
But sounds like you won.
You ever had a black eye before?
Not from a fist, from a baseball. You know, took a little ground ball hop right to the eye. You?
No. Never broken a bone before either.
You've never broken a bone?
I've never had a cast.
Really?
Uh-huh. Got stitches in my knee and staples, but
Crutches then?
just walked it off.
Took some whiskey and walked it off.
Yeah.
Bet
I was
on
8 years
stick.
old, just walked it off. Had a little bandage on that thing. No.
How many
Bandaged.
stitches?
Like 12.
What'd you
and
do?
2 staples.
What'd you do?
Fell off a motorcycle
That's pretty cool.
with my dad. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can walk around with
Pretty
stitches.
cool.
Yeah.
Just walked it off. How about you read the last story, Nathan? The awkward moments at the top. It's just a short one.
I feel like, yeah, not a lot to say about that one.
No, just
Kind of crazy.
the story was enough.
Yeah.
Well worded, great resolution, and excellent performance. Nothing to complain about there. You handled that very
Honestly,
well.
top 5 story ever submitted, I'd say.
Yeah, if you could get us to like have no opinion, like wow, great story.
You really covered
I was
all
entertained
bases.
just reading it.
You really covered all your bases
I have
there.
no thoughts on that story.
Trying to defend his wife's honor,
Yeah.
a fist fight broke
Yeah.
out between
Glad
the
he
two
won.
guys. Would have been crazy if he lost, you know.
Yeah, and then the best man marries the bride.
Dude, that would
Like
be a
kind of
movie.
like a Black Panther moment. Like whoever wins gets the prize.
But they've already married, so it's like,
Oh yeah, just yeah.
I mean, that'd-
annul the marriage, remarry
that'd be
the
a
best
rough,
man.
That'd be a rough way to start the marriage off. Is you lose a fight
If you're a girl,
and you see your husband just get beat up
yeah,
the day of your wedding. You're just like,
it's a good point.
right? This guy can't.
mean-
This guy can't defend me
Right.
if we ever got in a fight in the street.
Do you think as a girl, if 2 guys were fighting over you, you would naturally want whoever won, or would you have pity, like a wounded dog, on the guy who
Assuming
lost?
you have no relationship with either of them, you're just
You like them both.
you like them both. I think you gravitate towards the one who won.
Really?
I think it's just how evolution happened.
But what about the wounded puppy is the nice guy, and then the guy who won's a tough guy
I think it's how
who
evolution
doesn't
happened,
treat
man.
you as well?
You want to be safe and secure.
Yeah.
No one. I mean,
That was
Could be
back
wrong
when
here.
like cavemen were forcing the women to be gatherers, though.
right. But we've carried some traits.
Sure.
I don't think maybe I'm not trying to speak on behalf of women here.
No, please generalize this. Clip this.
I don't think they would want to be with someone they
You
feel
sexist,
pity for.
misogynistic douchebag.
I don't think they
Sorry,
want to
go
be
on.
with someone who they feel pity for.
You kidding me? You see a 3-legged puppy, you don't want it?
That's a puppy.
Men are
We're talking
like,
about human.
men are like
We're talking about
puppies.
human beings. No,
We're-
Jake.
we
No,
are,
no,
we are
no.
the good boys
No,
of
no,
our.
Jake.
We are
No,
the
no,
good
no,
boys
that
of
was
our
terrible,
species.
Terrible. No. That was a terrible analogy there.
I look at Sam. I see a 3-legged puppy.
You feel pity for Sam.
I do. I look at Sam and I see a 3-legged puppy.
I see Samuel as a dog too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A golden retriever with 3 legs, and I think, man, could put him down, sure, but look at him. Look at him go in life.
So
right?
imagine his girlfriend. Okay, imagine Madeline is with Samuel.
Name dropping girlfriend's name.
Sorry.
Madeline? Like
Madeline?
sheep's wool?
Like sheep's wool? So she's out with Samuel. Samuel's a professional LARPer. He's got his costumes for the army. And
The medieval army. He plays like literal like medieval knights LARPing
yeah,
with swords and gestures and stuff.
big gun guy. You know, Sam's really good with guns, really good shot. You're safe with him as long as he's got a gun. Let's say they're on the streets. Someone beats the crap out of Sam.
It's us in masks. Hypothetically.
You can't. We're not planning this at all. You can't tell me that you don't think Madeline would be a little bit like, I don't know if this guy's.
I don't think she liked the robbers, though.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not saying she'd like the robbers. I'm just saying she'd have some hesitations about Samuel. It would change the perspective at least.
You don't want to see your man get beat up.
You don't want
It's
to see it.
embarrassing.
No. Anyway,
Am I about to beat the crap out of Samuel?
are we about to just ambush Sam? Okay. What am I on? What are we doing?
That's a good point. The top story. It's a short one. And on a gruesome note.
Oh, yeah. Wow, it is a short one. Wait, we have 2 more.
I just thought we'd just read one more, but let's just knock them out.
Yeah, I mean,
Go for it.
It would be weird if we left
Do the
one.
awkward moments.
We got 2 awkward moments left. This one is from an ex-videographer, current photographer. What made you
passive.
switch?
Relax.
What was?
Think you're better than us?
Maybe, you know, what pushed you over the edge? Anyway, ex-videographer.
Too hard for you, was it?
Current photographer.
Just had to go to push a button, use raw photos, auto white balance everything.
They like the crutch.
No, I get it. No, really.
yeah, no,
no,
no.
really. Use PickTime, edit with Netflix on.
Okay, this ex-videographer, photographer said, I was videoing a wedding when the bride... Let me start over. I was videoing a wedding and the bride was just naturally a
You
little
were
clumsy.
filming a wedding, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah,
Start over.
maybe that's why they switched.
Yeah.
They don't even know the terminology.
Classic.
But they wrote it as video audio.
Let me guess, you were taping a wedding.
Yeah, you were-
All right.
Okay, well, they said videoing.
They did.
But-
That is correct.
Okay. They were filming a wedding and the bride was just naturally a little clumsy. We up to speed? Okay. When it came time to cut the cake, she somehow cut the groom's finger and he started bleeding. Luckily, nothing a Band-Aid couldn't cover, but no idea how she even did that.
Groom's fault for sure. Why was your
what
finger
was
in the
finger
cake?
doing? Naturally a little clumsy, mixing a little bit of
Groom's
alcohol,
fault.
and she's just...
That's disgusting.
Yeah, you gotta...
No one
well,
can eat the cake then. Because of AIDS? Not AIDS. Staph? What's the blood?
I think you're thinking of STDs when blood...
I am. Is it staph infection when blood gets into like food? Or blood gets into an open wound? Is that what it is? Staph infection?
No, staph infection can happen without blood mixing.
What's a staph infection?
Staph is a bacteria that can cause infections in any part of the body, but most are skin infections. Staph can infect openings in the skin.
Oh,
like
yeah.
scratches.
Most
I think you're talking
commonly when other people's blood or fluids
mix with
get in
other
a scratch, get an open wound. That's a staph infection.
I don't think so. No, I'm gonna call it no. No, you're not.
Hold on.
No, Jake.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure you're
Hey,
just thinking
Leo,
about
can you explain very simply, as if I'm a child, what staph infection is and how one gets staph infection?
staphylococcus. I think.
Sure. Staph infection is like when tiny, invisible bad guys called bacteria get into your body, often through a cut or scrape. My guidelines won't let me talk about that.
Wait, what? No.
Flagged it in real time.
No, I have no idea. Yeah, staph infection. But no, it's not. That's no.
So I was right.
No, you're not. You're not right.
I think I was.
No, I know you're not
When
right.
an infection gets an open wound.
That's, but not from blood.
Well,
It's not blood getting into the open wound. It's just bacteria.
probably like a brother disease,
bacteria.
a sister disease
No,
of staph.
No, I think you're thinking of STDs and mixing of bodily fluids, and you're just saying staph.
No. Groom's fault
did
for
you
sure.
know? Did you know that red velvet cake is just chocolate cake?
Yeah.
How many people do you think listening to this didn't know that?
Do people not know that?
A lot of people don't know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
just red chocolate cake, right? With
Yeah,
food
no,
coloring?
no. People assume red velvet is different. It's just chocolate cake dyed red.
I mean, you kind of feel the texture is different somehow. Like when
Yeah,
you eat a
you
red
kinda
velvet cookie or a brownie.
Texture could be a little different. Yeah, maybe that's like.
But
what
like,
they
there's also
altered.
different textures of chocolate brownies.
Yeah. Well, I just thought of red velvet because I was.
STDs and staph.
Well, no, I was picturing like a white vanilla cake, and it was just
Oh.
like spurting blood. It
Tim Burton
turned into a red cake. It's like red
Yeah.
velvet. Yeah. Yeah, red velvet's
Crazy
just chocolate.
story. I hope his staph infection cures up.
Also a little anticlimactic, you know,
Yeah.
a little Band-Aid. So I'm picturing it just like
Classic
ow,
photographer story.
Ow, I just kind of cut
Classic
it.
photographer story.
Ex-videographer.
Easily impressed.
All right, send us home.
All right, where is this one? All right, awkward moments. Okay, from a videographer. I filmed a lot of weddings, but nothing could prepare me for this one.
I like it.
The bride was a diva, and the groom looked like he'd been up to no good. They hired me to capture their big day, and the venue was stunning, an old mansion overlooking the ocean. As I set up to film the bridesmaid entered the room giggling. One pulls out a bag of cocaine and starts cutting lines in the bride's veil. I'm thinking, do I keep filming? But I'm on contract, so I roll the camera. During the ceremony, the bride walks down the aisle, barefoot, dragging her dress through the dirt. The groom is swaying, not emotionally, but clearly too drunk. The bride is laughing, clearly high on whatever they took before. Cocaine. Then, after the vows, the groom asks for photos with his feet. He kicks off his shoes and starts posing, flexing his toes, while the bride laughs hysterically. By the end of the night, the groom trips into the cake, and the bride's coke-stained veil becomes a tablecloth. I packed up my gear and left before anyone asked me to film any more feet, or worse. This story had a combination of feet and cocaine in an order that surprised me. Dogs out at a cocaine wedding.
Couple things to dissect. I've said it once.
Let them party, I guess.
I've said it once, and I'll say it again, Jake. A year ago, if you would have told me we'd talk about cocaine as much on this podcast as we had, I would have said you're crazy. Why is cocaine so prevalent at weddings?
What is cocaine? Like, at its core. What's the draw?
It's a drug.
What's the draw, though?
Well,
what
remember
what entices
remember, like,
one?
what-
Is it like Adderall?
I'm thinking in terms of Peaky Blinders here. They're snorting coke. Makes you just like super alert, super just
Should I ask
wired.
Leo?
I don't know if his guidelines will let you.
Explain to me in a family-friendly way the effects of cocaine.
Cocaine is a drug that some people use to feel very energetic and happy for a short time. However, it's very dangerous and can cause serious problems in the body and brain.
Just say no.
Cocaine can make the heart beat. Cocaine is a drug that some people use.
So yeah, energetic, happy. Only
Sounds amazing.
only for grand openings and race days.
Yeah. Yeah, short time, short-lived happiness, you guys. Epic high, epic low. Say no to dare.
It was like episode 30 something when we were talking. First off, this is when, we knew we should be a little more selective about the things we talk about when we have sponsors, things like that, because we got clipped. And when I say we got clipped, it was our own intern clipping us, talking about cocaine.
Paid him to do it.
And we paid him to do it.
Unintentionally.
And you say, what is cocaine? Do you sniff it? Do you snort it? Do you scratch it? Do you... What is it?
Scratch and sniff?
Here we
well, I know
are.
you snort it because I see it in TV.
More than half a year later, I still don't know. You snort it.
Yeah.
You snort it. I've seen it from the movies. But not much more. Can I tell you about cocaine? We've talked about
Very popular wedding drug, I guess.
We've talked about the dogs out a couple of weeks ago.
I'm not a fan of these dog
Don't like
stories.
talking about feet.
If you guys have a foot story, just leave it at
Leave
the
it
door.
up.
Submit something else.
Just substitute it for a hand or something.
Man, another fantastic episode written by you.
Never disappoint with the
No.
stories.
What should we call this episode? Bad videographers or bad DJs, cocaine, bloody fingers or
and a
bloody
li-
cakes,
And a little cousin.
and, and a little cousin, little cuzzo,
Little Timmy.
and then in parentheses, and staph infections. I'm
No, it's not
joking.
staph.
You guys submit your stories. Link below. Nathan, do you have a pass?
I do have a pass. Just thought of it off the
Before
cusp.
I jump into this outro here.
Okay. Well, if you've made it this far in the episode,
Welcome, chefs.
sorry about that.
The pass.
But we are to the pass. The pass is where we talk about things controversial, things hot in the industry, and we try to get
To cherish Courtney and Russell.
we try to get to the bottom of things, to help us all be a little better. So, Jake, let me ask you this: as a videographer, how many drives should you be backing your footage up to?
Oof.
Back to,
Man,
onto.
it's like a burger. I'm sorry. That's already old. Let me think about what we do. 4.
4.
Yeah,
SSDs. What's the SSD
Well,
to
we're a
hard drive?
unique process because we have two of us.
True.
Okay, so I think for everybody, when you finish filming, you should back up on 2 SSDs that night, just to have 2 places. It's safer than 1. So that's what we do. We have on 2 drives the night of our wedding. I get home, you keep your drive, and you dump it onto your big drive. So now it's in 3 places.
Hard drive.
2 SDs in your drive, and I put it onto my hard drive. Yeah, so 2 hard drives and 2 SSDs, because there's 2 of us. So now it's in 4 places. And then I back it up onto a 5th drive that we send to an editor.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's actually in 5 places at once.
If it was just you, it would be 3. So at
SSD,
least 3.
a hard drive, and an edit drive.
If you're operating solo, at least 3.
Yeah, or what we should be doing is, if you're solo, SSD, like an editing drive, a hard drive, a cloud backup drive that backs up your hard drive, and then an editing drive for your editor.
I agree.
So yeah, 4 or 5.
Don't just do 1.
Ryan.
Please. Ryan, cat's out of the bag. We're talking to you.
My boy just lost
We
all of his
love
couple
you so
stuff.
much.
Back up your footage, you guys.
3 times at least, minimum.
Yeah, that's why like when I get a card now and there's like footage on it, I don't even sweat to format it anymore. I used to stress about it because it was like on 1 or 2 places.
It's on 1.
But now I know for a fact that within 48 hours of being from a wedding, it's in 5 places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make your life easier. Put your working footage onto an SSD. Edit off that.
Yeah.
Don't try to edit off your hard drive
No.
or your cloud base. Like, don't do it. It's going to be miserable. And also,
Yeah, speed up your workflow.
underrated, use the little label in the Mac. If you're operating on Mac, right? So we've been doing this. You right click it and you can put a red label, a green label, a yellow label.
So I read label things that are not complete yet.
Yeah.
Like edits, so I know.
Projects or
And then once we're done with the project, we put it into our cloud backup drive. That's just hooked up to Wi-Fi. all the
existing
time.
forever.
Yeah. So yeah, 5 places. Yeah, and I don't feel stressed. I know some videographers who actually buy like dozens of SD cards.
Yeah.
And they
Just
won't
keep going.
They'll put that card in like a pouch with the couple's name on it, and they won't format those cards or use those cards again until the film has been edited, delivered, and archived. And then they take those SD cards from the wedding and format them and use them again. Like once they finish the wedding, they have literally a pouch, like a binder, just pouches with labels, and it's just that couple.
It's actually kind of dope.
Yeah. I'll find out who it is. He did a video about it.
Imagine how many SD cards
Just
you would
out
have.
of like anxiety. Like it's in 4 places, and worst case,
It's on the
someone
SD card.
steals this. I have this binder, and inside has all the SD cards from my active projects.
It's actually kind of cool.
And he has dozens of SD cards.
That would just get so hard though, because we
It
go
would
through
be.
like 7 SD cards.
We go through.
1, 2.
Well, we should be going through more, but we go through. We have 4 cameras.
At least 4.
We go through 4 cards, a drone. That's 5 cards. Every single lav mic.
Oh my! Does he do it for his audio?
So
You're
everything.
kidding.
So all of our lav mics. Let's just say 4 lav mics.
Oh my gosh!
Your F6 or F3. Your field recorder. TX. I don't know if it doesn't have TX660s.
That's
a backup.
That's
so that's
crazy.
reformatted. What am I missing?
We have audio.
Yeah,
task
yeah.
cam.
It's just 10 right there for a 4 camera
Easy.
and audio setup.
That's
You're
like our
doing 10
basic setup
cards
too.
per wedding.
That's like if we bring on associate
And let's
shooters.
say you have like a backlog of like 10 weddings, for like 6 months. You have to have like 100 SD cards
Oh my gosh!
active, not just like they're active.
Yeah, that's borderline.
Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Kind of a cool
That is
flex.
Pretty cool.
I mean, if that's what it takes to
Borderline
like give you
OCD.
some comfort, knowing that like my house could burn down and I have. That's also what we don't do. Well, we actually do that. You should have your drives in different places,
Yeah, we do
so we do that.
by accident.
Yeah, but like if my house burned down,
We have.
Nate has it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not everyone has that luxury.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Good pass.
I like that.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. The prep ending. All right. Nothing else to say.